and a great ending to the season as well. They come into the contest with a 12-3 record. They're 7-1 in the Rolling Valley Conference, currently tied with the Boyer Valley at 7-1. Boyer Valley 20-7. Coon Rapids Bayard 19-5. Exira-EHK at 12-3. Woodbine 12-15, Glen Ralston 9-13, West Harrison 8-16, Cam 7-17, Payne Chedan 2-9, and our Weave at 1-22 coming into this one here this evening. And for Atlantic, and the Hawkeye 10's been a tough go, and the Hawkeye 10 always tough. Glenwood leads the league at 8-1, and Kemper 8-1, Lewis Central 7-1, Clementa 6-3, Shenandoah 6-3, Red Oak 4-5 coming into the in tonight's contest. St. Albert 3-5, Creston 2-7, and Harlan 2-7, Atlantic 1-9, and Denison Sleswig 1-7 here on the season. Both teams doing their warm-ups. We're going to have a little earlier start than we first scheduled as the JV game got over early. We're going to get about a 7 o'clock start here this evening. Our broadcast brought to you by Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop, locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
First Windy Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
At Seed Pros, our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season.
Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim.
We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none.
We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knutson, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work.
Have this. They have St. Albert, and then, of course, they start tournament play next week, next Tuesday.
Yep.
They'll take on Claretta. Claretta will have the broadcast on 95.7 FM. So talk about some of the keys tonight.
Well, I think they need to get a good start tonight. Obviously, EHK is, I'll get all the acronyms here sometime. Exira-EHK.
There you go, yeah.
You bet, all right. They've got a squad, just looking at what they did warming up. I mean, they've got a nucleus of 6 and 7 girls that play together all the time. And I think they probably got some pretty good communication. And that's one of the things that Trojans need to work on is just communication, talking, get a little fire in there. And they got the tools. It's just, tonight's a good night to get things started. Get today, get St. Albert, and then they can go down to Clarinda and get a win in the tournament.
That'd be really great for this team. Like I said, they've got a lot of talent here and a lot of ability as well. And when you look at Exira-EHK, boy, I tell you what, they've got some hitters. When you talk about Taryn Peterson and you're talking about Jalen Peterson, and so far Jalen leads the team in kills with 162. Taryn has 115 kills on the season. Exira-EHK comes hitting 256 on the year, and they're led by Brooklyn Flathers with 171 assists and Riley Miller with 126 assists. They run a 6-2. And again, Jalen's 162 kills, Taryn 115 kills. Those are two main hitters for the Spartans here tonight. When you look at Atlantic, and they've got a plethora of players, as you mentioned, Roger, that can get it done. A number of the setters as well. Zoe Kirchhoff leads the team in assists. with 155, and Peyton McLaren has 73 assists for that center spot. Claire Schroeder, she'll come in and set. She has 57. When it comes to hitting, Peyton Harder leads, and she's been the leader all year and has been for the last several years. Harder hitting 129 of the season. And Jillian Satoff, the sophomore, 43. Olivia Olson, 23. J.C. Reed has 57. And Lila Wiederstein with 44 kills for Atlantic. So they have a number of players that they can go to. It's also Pink Out Night tonight here, and the raising money for the Kelly family. And again, the Trojans decked out of their pink jerseys here this evening. We'll be back with more. The starters are coming up here soon. We're going to have the opening tip and the opening serve here at about 7 o'clock. We're back right after this 1-minute timeout.
Hey there, this is Tanner from your Atlantic Hy-Vee. We all know about steak night here at Hy-Vee is every Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m., but that's not good enough for us. We're expanding our hours from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So not only is dinner taken care of, who says you can't have a steak dinner for lunch? Only $10 for a chef's choice steak, potato, and vegetable. And as always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Welcome back to Atlantic as we're getting set for the opening serve here tonight between the Trojans and the Spartans. A couple of communities that are just, about 15 miles away. And,
if that, yeah.
And these players know each other, and should be a great matchup here tonight as the Trojans and the Spartans get set to go. We'll have the starting lineups coming up here as well. Scoreboard brought to you by the Seed Pros. They're by your side to maximize yields. Fill or go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. We'll take a quick break for your station identification.
Atlantic High School is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups here as Andy Mitchell, the athletic director, will introduce the starters here for us here this evening.
Tonight's non-conference matchup features Exira-EHK Spartans and your Atlantic Trojans. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Spartans, number 2, Maine Jorgensen.
Maine Jorgensen will get a start as senior at 5'7", an outside middle heater.
Rasmussen.
Also starting is
Number 12, Riley Miller.
Riley Miller getting a start for the Spartans. Well, as Zoe Rasmussen. Rasmussen, a 5'5" freshman.
Number 15, Jalen Peterson.
Riley Miller will start for Exira-EHK, and Brooklyn Flathers, the 5'6" sophomore, are starting as well. For the Atlantic Trojans, it's pick out time tonight. Morgan Bodas will start for the Trojans. Zoe Kirkhoff, the center for Atlantic.
Junior, number 11, Adler Bruce.
Adler Bruce will play up front for the Trojans. Hayden Harder, who leads the team in the kills, will play the inside. Jillian Satoff, the young sophomore, having a very good year, will get a start for the Atlantic as well. And Olivia Olson will start. Tilly Hagan will be the libero for the Atlantic Trojans in this match-up tonight. First serve is coming up here in a moment. We're back in 2 minutes with the match between Atlantic and Exira-EHK on 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com.
It's a big deal for little money at Olson's BP for the month of September. Buy any mini Godfather's pizza with a 24-ounce fountain drink for just $5.49. Other coupons not valid with this offer. So head on down to Olson's BP on 2nd Street right here in Atlantic for the September special. Buy any mini Godfather's pizza with a 24-ounce fountain drink for just $5.49. Olson's BP in Atlantic, the keep you going store.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. Or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Lanny comes out with Olivia Olson, Jillian Satoff, Adler Bruce up front. Zoe Kirchhoff will be your setter for the Trojans. And Peyton Hart will be in the front row. Also, Mogan Bodis getting a start for Atlantic. And for the Spartans, May Jorgensen in the lineup. And also Brooklyn Flathers and Jalen Peterson. They're the three in the back. And then you have Zoe Rasmussen, the freshman up front, along with the setter, Riley Miller, in the front with Taryn Peterson. They've got a lot of talent there on this side for Exira-EHK. Atlantic getting set to go. Here's the official as starts up the ladder and getting all the uniforms checked out here as well. And getting down there about the waning moments of the season. Atlantic is coached by Alyssa Bolts, assisted by Lisa Sontag and Anna Poli. And training services provided by Cass Health System. Head coach for the Exira-EHK Spartans, Derek Reischauer, and assisted by Andrea Schwery, who had that very successful volleyball or softball run here this past summer. And so in comes Hagen, the libero for Peyton Harder. So Hagen will be in the back. She wears number 2. Zoe Kirchhoff will serve it away for the Trojans as we are getting underway here in Atlantic in this non-conference bout. And here's the first serve by Kirchhoff. She'll get it across. Pass ahead. Riley Miller with a tip. Received by Hagen. Zoe Kirchhoff sets for Olsen. She'll fire it across. Jorgensen sets middle. Tip shot across. And it's good. That is Taryn Peterson who got the hit for Exira-EHK. And the Spartans take a 1-0 lead. That one just in a good zone in the back left, Roger Warren.
That was one of those, you had to take it because you didn't know if it was going to hit the out of bounds.
Here's the serve by Taryn Peterson. She'll line it. Nice put back by Satoff on the other side. Spartans have it. Here's Rasmussen, tip shot across. Here's the set. Kirchhoff, backside. Bruce fires too deep. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Spartans. They go weak side. That time to Bruce coming around the right side. And just too much mustard on it. It's 2-0 Spartans here early. Taryn Peterson will serve for the Spartans. A jump serve, fires it across. Poked in the air by Bodis. Hagen, pass ahead. Adler Bruce, tip shot and block to the net. I believe that was Jalen Peterson was there. And now it's 3-0 in favor of the Spartans over the Trojans. And the serve will be Taryn Peterson, the 5'7", a sophomore. Here's the serve on the way. Line drive, stay top of the receive. Over to Kirchhoff. She'll tip it across. Rasmussen. Now the tip shot by Miller. Set across by Satoff. Spartans have it. Here's the tip shot. And a good dig by Hagen. And a tip shot by Bruce. What a job by Hagen in the back row.
That was one nice dig. She got down right on the floor to knock that one up.
So Hagen's dig stops the Spartan run. It's 3-1 Exira-EHK with lead. J.C. Reed will come in that front row. And Lila Wiederstein also will line up for Atlantic. She'll serve. Trojans down 3-1. Here's the serve. Line drive, back row. Jorgensen, they'll set. Here's a big swing by Peterson across the court and out of bounds. Jalen Peterson, that is. And Atlantic now with a 3-2. As the Spartans lead 3-2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And it'll be Lila Wiederstein to serve for Atlantic. The Spartans ripped off 3 straight. Trojans 2 straight. Here's Lila. The jump serve. Fires it across. Oh, she hits the middle of the net to make it a 4-2 Spartan lead. A service error by the Trojans. So Riley Miller will serve for Exira-EHK. They'll move right to left tonight. Atlantic left to right. Miller with the serve. Received by Hagen. The pass to Kirchhoff. She'll set right side. Satoff. Tip shot across. Recovered by the Spartans. They'll set middle. Tipped across by Peterson. And she got it. Jalen Peterson with the kill for the Spartans. It's 5-2. Exira-EHK with the lead, Roger Warren.
Yeah, Zoe it was one of those that went right through her hands.
Here's Riley Miller's serve. Hagen to Kirchhoff. J.C. Reed, free ball deep left. Tipped up in the air by Peterson. They'll set for Rasmussen. She'll tip it across to the back row. Atlantic with it. Here's Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff the read. She'll fire. Good! J.C. Reed with the shot. 5-3. Atlantic gets the kill from J.C. Reed. And Peyton Harder will check in for the Trojans. Jillian Satoff will serve for Atlantic. 5-3 Spartans with the lead here in the first set. Here's the serve by Satoff. Fires it across, tipped up. Here's a big swing by Jalen Peterson, but blocked at the net. Harder was there, and J.C. Reed for the Trojans. 5-4, Atlantic within 1. Here in set number 1.
They got to make good use of them when they get them.
Here's Satoff's serve. She'll line it deep, and it is good. Off the hands of May Jorgensen. She thought about letting it go.
Little indecision. Yep.
Well, that'll tie it up at 5-5 here. And the Trojans have the serve. Jillian Satoff is serving for Atlantic. 5-5 here in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Satoff fires it into the net. Service error by the Trojans. Their second service error here in set number 1. And Exira-EHK's Rasmussen will step back and serve for the Spartans. Zoe Rasmussen, a 5'5 freshman. 6'5 Spartans with the lead of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Here's the serve by Rasmussen right in the net. Service there, Spartans. Trojans get the ball back, the serve back. And checking in to serve for Atlantic will be Inman. Or check that. It's going to be McLaren to serve for Atlantic. Peyton McLaren. And here's the serve, a line drive deep off the hands of Rasmussen. Atlantic takes a 7-6 lead. Now the Trojans, Peyton McLaren will serve it up again. Atlantic by 1, 7-6 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Their first lead here in the match. And the line drive tipped up by Peterson out of bounds, just off the fists of Jalen Peterson. Goes out of bounds. Atlantic up 8-6 here in set number 1. And so it's going to be Peyton McLaren is serving it for the Trojans. McLaren, a right-handed server for Atlantic. 8-6 the count. Here's the serve by McLaren. Line drive deep. Tipped up by Peterson. They'll set for Jorgensen. She'll fire across. Big by Lila Wiederstein. The shot across and almost returned by Hagen. But Exira-EHK gets it and they get the point, Roger Warren.
Well, I'll tell you what. She did everything she could to try to dig that thing out. That was moving. That was a good hit.
8-7. Trojans lead cut to 1 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Jalen Peterson will serve, the 5'8 junior. Here it is, liner to the back. Wiederstein. McLaren sets for Peyton Harder. She'll sweat it across it. Good. A kill for Harder. And now it's a 9-7 Atlantic lead here in set number 1 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Bodus will check in for Atlantic. Also coming in will be Olivia Olson for the Trojans. And Bodus will serve with the Trojans leading 9-7 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Here's set number 1. Morgan Bodus dips it across. Returned by Peterson over to Flathers. And here's a push shot across by Riley Miller. Dig Bodus, set, middle, Pete Harder, big swing and good! Harder with the kill, Atlantic up 10-7. That was a great set for Harder.
Great set. That was an absolute great set. Followed through. Those will be tough to stop down the middle.
So it's 10-7 Atlantic with the lead by 3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And here is Morgan Bodus to serve for Atlantic. The righty fires it across. Jalen Peterson to Flathers. Set middle. Big swing by Jorgensen. And the Trojans blocking out of bounds. Olivia Olson was there, but her block goes out of bounds, and the Spartans get the point. It's 10-8. Atlantic by 2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, and Flathers will serve it. The 5'6 sophomore, Brooklyn Flathers. Her team down by a pair here on the Seed Pro scoreboard in set number 1. Flathers waiting for the official here to give the signal. Evidently, Coach Reischauer, officials are going to discuss here, Roger. Well, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is.
I think the one official thought there was a touch, and it went out of bounds after the touch, but there wasn't.
No, it was not. It's 10-8.
Yep.
Atlantic's lead is cut to 2 as Flathers will serve it. Spartans down by a pair of the Seed Pro scoreboard, and Flathers serve a good one, a floater. And a free ball across and returned hard by Taryn Peterson up the middle. Taryn with a good kill for Exira-EHK. And now it's a 10-9.
Thanks for the set.
Yeah, exactly. That ball was a floater across, and Taryn was just licking her chops, and she knocked it across. Atlantic up by 1, 10-9. Flathers serves for Exira-EHK. Received and set. McLaren, quick set to Harder. Free ball across. Jalen Peterson. Flathers sets for Taryn Peterson. She'll tip it across. Harder returns it for Atlantic. Now Jalen Peterson. Free ball across by the Spartans. Here is a set by McLaren. Harder fires. Good off the block. Atlantic gets the point, 11-9. Trojans by 2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Peyton Harder will serve. She had the big hit. Here in set number 1, Harder serve, knocked across. Served by Rasmussen. Free ball, and it's returned by Satoff in the middle. That ball just went too far right on the net. Satoff swatted it across for the kill.
Absolutely. Like I said, those were those type of things you just lick your chops. That's right.
12-9 Atlantic by 3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Harder serve across, out of bounds. Spartans get the point on the errant serve. That's a third errant serve by Atlantic here in this set. And Taylor Hagan comes back in for the Trojans for Harder. So the serve coming up from Maine Jorgensen. Here's a serve. A line of bonus. Pass goes to McLaren. Set strong side. Satoff big swing too deep. Point for the Spartans. Satoff too much steam on it. It's 12-11. Atlantic by 1 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Spartans serving 11-12. And here is Jorgensen behind the line to serve. Line drive deep. Hagan pass to McLaren. Set for Inman. She hits one too deep. And the Spartans tied up at 12-12.
Got to get over the top of that ball and bring her down.
Einman with just too much on it. And now here we go with Maine Jorgensen to serve for Exira-EHK. Lines it across Bodus. Pass goes to McLaren. She'll set. Right side. Einman fires. Good! Einman gets the kill for Atlantic. 13-12. Nice set of the weak side.
That ball was set a lot closer to the net where she had an opportunity to bring it down.
So Einman gets the point for Atlantic. And here comes Zoe Kirchhoff for the Trojans. 13-12 Atlantic by 1 of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Kirchhoff serve across and just over the top of the tape. And she gets a break. Rolls on the other side.
She definitely got a break.
14-12.
The Trojans got to eliminate those service errors because those are just giving it up.
Zoe Kirchhoff will serve for Atlantic. Trojans by 2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. There it is. Line drive. Tipped up by Rasmussen. Riley Miller sets middle. Taryn Peterson pushes it deep. Hagan with a receive. Kirchhoff sets. Big swing. Olsen got it. Olsen with a kill down the near side. 15.
She brought that one right down the line.
Boy, she did. It was a great set. And it's 15-12 Atlantic by 3 here in set number 1 of the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Zoe Kirchhoff will serve for the Trojans. And here it is. It's a line drive deep off of Jalen Peterson. Can't get the pass. Atlanta gets the point. 16-12. Now over Exira-EHK. And Coach Reischauer, he wants a timeout, and we'll take it with him. Leading by 4. Back in 30 seconds. A 95.7.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram, or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
2850.
And welcome back to Atlantic as the Trojans up 16-12 over Exira-EHK in this non-conference volleyball game here tonight. Trojans serving. Zoe Kirchhoff will fire it across. Received by Jalen Peterson. Riley Miller sets middle. Taryn Peterson, big swing dig by Hagan. Saved by Olsen. Saitoff with a free ball across. Taryn Peterson with the pass. Atlantic gets it back up in the air, and here's Saitoff with the free ball. Spartans still have it. Rasmussen fires and a block by Miller. Adler Bruce got the block of the net. And Zoe Kirchhoff kind of took it in the face. She's going to be okay as a couple of Trojans collided. 17-12, Botus gets the point for Atlantic.
Rub a little dirt on it, right? You remember that, Barnes?
Here's Kirchhoff's serve, a line drive deep, received by Flathers. Miller sets, and Flathers from the back line fires it across. Hagan for Atlantic, to Kirchhoff, set middle. Push shot by Saitoff. Back row, Jalen Peterson, they'll set middle, and Taryn Peterson with the tip and the kill, 17-13. Nice job by the Spartans. Taryn was there with the tip. And now the Trojans lead is 17-13 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, and Taryn Peterson will serve for Exira-EHK. Down the back line for the Spartans. And here's the serve on the way by Taryn Peterson. Line drive deep. Atlantic gets the point. Service there, 18-13 Atlantic. And the Trojans will serve it away on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Lila Wiederstein comes in. J.C. Reed is in. Olsen and Botus out for Atlantic. Still haven't seen Peyton Harder in the lineup here. Too much here in set number 1. So Wiederstein will serve it for the Trojans. And here it is, received by Taryn Peterson, tipped up by Jorgensen. Jalen Peterson sends it across with a free ball. Hagan receives. Big set, right side, Reed fires to the block, and it is going to be point. She pointed towards Atlantic, and I believe it's going to be point Trojans. That's correct. It came back on the Spartan side. A great shot to the block, Roger Warren.
Yeah, the ball went straight down after she hit it. But she hammered that ball. 19-13,
nice shot by Reed. Wiederstein's serve, received by Flathers, and tipped back across by Saitoff in the front row.
Yeah,
that pass just went too deep.
Yeah, well, those you got to be careful. You got to make sure that the ball is to your net before you touch that thing.
20-13, Atlantic with the lead. And Lila Wiederstein will serve for the Trojans here in set number 1. Wiederstein fires it across deep. Riley Miller sets for Jalen Peterson, and she hit it across out of bounds. 21-13 Trojans. Atlantic with the serve. Wiederstein continues to serve for the Trojans. 8-point lead here in set 1. Wiederstein. Jump serve, smash it across. Jorgensen. Back to Taryn Peterson, big swing, too deep. Atlantic up 22-13 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the Trojans continue to serve here. They try to close this out. We'll see if the Spartans can make a run at it here. Down by 9 here in set 1. Here's Wiederstein's serve. Received by Jorgensen. Set. Taryn Peterson from the back line fires it across. Atlantic has it. Kirchhoff to Reed. Reed fires into the net. Point Spartans. And it's 22-14. Exira-EHK gets the serve back, Roger Warren.
Yeah, she probably should have just took that with a two-hand push shot over the top.
Here we go as a serve by Riley Miller. Knocks it across. Reed, pass. Kirchhoff set. Satov hits across the net, saved by Peterson, set near side, tipped by Jalen Peterson, but she went under the net. It's going to be Trojans point, 23-14. A net violation as Jalen had too much momentum coming in the front.
I missed that one. I didn't see her come in underneath.
Atlantic up 23-14 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And Satov will serve for Atlantic. Here it is, line drive, Taryn Peterson pass, Flathers sets, Jalen Peterson fires to the net, Jalen with the kill. What a hard hit by Jalen Peterson.
That definitely was hard. They just probably need to get a little closer to the net to make that bounce back.
So Jalen Peterson with the kill as she knocked it through 4 hands. A powerful shot by Jalen. As 23-15 Atlantic by 8 of the Seed Pros. Rasmussen serve in the net.
That's got to drive coaches nuts. Sorry.
24-15.
Either side.
Atlantic will get the serve back. Hyman comes back in for the Trojans. And McLaren will serve for Atlantic. Peyton Harder now back in the front row for the Trojans. Here's set point. And the serve by McLaren. And gets it across the tape and in. Just hit the top of the tape and dribbled on the river on the Spartan side to make it 25-15. Atlantic wins a set number 1. So the Trojans pretty impressive in the first set.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I said other than the 3 service errors, they played a pretty good ball game. They, I mean, like I said, service errors drives coaches nuts. You want to make them make the mistake, not you.
Atlantic with the win, 25-15 over Exira-EHK. We'll be back with set number 2 here in about a minute and a half on 95.7 FM.
At Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We've been dedicated to our communities for over 35 years. From real estate and ag loans to personal and commercial banking, we offer a full range of financial services tailored to meet your needs. We believe in giving back and being involved in the communities we serve. Stop into one of our 12 convenient locations or visit us at rollinghillsbank.com.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back to Atlantic as we start set number 2. Atlantic winning that first set, 25-15. Spartans jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Then Atlantic kind of chipped away at it. They finally tied it 6-6, and then they led 7-6, 8-6, and they never trailed after that. As the Spartans will serve first here in set number 2. I think the Spartans, they just had some hits that went awry. I mean,
and I think Lila I think she rattled off like 7 or 8 in a row there. So that kind of put the gap between for the score.
So Taryn Peterson will serve for the Spartans behind the back line. Atlantic with Harder out there and Botus. Hyman, Olson, McLaren, and Satov for Atlantic. They play a lot of kids on that Atlantic side. Big rotation. Taryn Peterson waiting for the official. And we're going to have a second set coming up. Start off about 7 o'clock here this evening here in Atlantic, this non-conference matchup between the Spartans of Exira-EHK, who stand atop with Boyer Valley, that's Rolling Valley Conference. And still waiting for the officials to get things rolling. Atlantic led 7-6, and as I mentioned, never trailed. Their biggest lead that they opened up in that first set was 22-13, and able to close it out 25-15. So Exira-EHK will start things off with a serve, and it'll be Taryn Peterson. Played shortstop for the Audubon Wheelers. Exira-EHK and Audubon combined to play softball this summer, and they had quite a run in the state tournament.
Yeah.
Taryn Peterson was a sophomore, or as the shortstop, and what a terrific job she did. Had some tremendous catches in the regional final. So here we go. Taryn Peterson will serve for the Spartans as soon as we're ready here with the officials. Not sure what the holdup is. Now Coach Alyssa Bolts is over at the scoring table. Coach Reischauer staying back here. Atlantic won the first 25-15. They might be looking at a rotation issue here, Roger Warren. Okay.
I wouldn't know. Let's put it that way. I don't quite understand what they're trying to keep track of, but
I think they've got it set.
All right.
Right, wrong, or whatever.
Yep.
Here we go. Taryn Peterson will serve for Atlantic. Atlantic wins the first set. Taryn jump serve, knocks it across. Oh, she got an ace. Nice shot by Taryn Peterson with an ace serve.
Boy, that came right over the net and died.
She's a great server. And Taryn will serve it again for the Spartans. 1-0 Exira-EHK. This is how they started there in set one. They took a 3-0 lead. And Taryn Peterson's next serve, also a vicious serve. Botus with the dig out. Einman back to Botus deep. Maine Jorgensen to Riley Miller, set for Rasmussen. She'll tip it across. Dig by Hagen. McLaren sets. Olsen fires. Recovered by Taryn Peterson. Now it's set. Tipped across. Boom! Big shot by Jalen Peterson. They center in the middle, and Jalen got a swat across.
They were under the net.
Yeah, it's going to be a net violation on Exira-EHK.
So.
And it's going to be 1-1 score. Atlanta gets the point. Boy, did Jalen Peterson return that with authority. So Atlanta gets the serve back. Tied at 1 here. The Seed Pros scoreboard. There it is, a line drive. Tipped up by Jorgensen. Miller sets. Jalen Peterson free ball across for Atlantic. Hagen pushes it ahead. Set weak side. Big swing. Bruce across out of bounds.
Good idea.
Bruce just couldn't get it down. And the Spartans take a 2-1 lead. And now Riley Miller will serve for Exira-EHK. 2-1 in favor of the Spartans. Here's a serve by Miller. A little floater. Botus receives. Kirchhoff sets, tipped across by Adler Bruce. Here's Flathers setting for Rasmussen. She'll tip it across and return at the block of the net by Satov. Spartans get the return. Atlantic gets the set. Here's the big swing, and it is off of Maine Jorgensen, and Olivia Olsen gets the kill for Atlantic. And now we're tied at 2, and the Trojans get the serve. J.C. Reed will check in. Lila Wiederstein will come in to serve. Bonus goes out, and Olsen goes out. And so here is Lila Wiederstein, the serve for Atlantic. Wiederstein knocks it deep, and too deep. The Spartans get the point, 3-2. So the Spartans lead 3-2 over the Trojans on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And here is Rasmussen, the serve. Zoe Rasmussen, the 5'5 freshman, sends it across. Received by Reed. Hagen pass ahead. Reed tip shot across. Pushed up to Flathers. Jalen Peterson tip. Dig by Kirchhoff. Sends it across the net. Return by the Spartans. Here's Kirchhoff set. And it's hit by Bruce. And good. Bruce gets the point for Atlantic. Off the hands of Maine Jorgensen. And it's 3-3. Trojans have the serve. Here comes Peyton Harder, the leading kill hitter for Atlantic. We haven't seen a lot of her here in this first set and a half, but she's back in now. 3-3. Here's the serve by Satov. Back row. Flathers sets. Jorgensen fires. Blocked by Harder, but Harder than that.
Yep, they continue through.
Spartans get the point, 4-3. And Jalen Peterson will serve for Exira-EHK. The 5'8 junior, middle hitter, outside hitter. Here's Jalen's serve. Fires it hard and out of bounds. Errant serve by Jalen Peterson. We're tied at 4-4 on the Seed Pros scoreboard.
I think we touched it.
They're going to call it a tip. 5-3. Thanks, Roger. Spartans by 2 on the tip by Atlantic, and Jalen Peterson will wind up and fire it again.
Yeah.
Atlantic has Bruce, Hagen, Wiederstein, Harder, Reed, and Kirchhoff. There's the serve, a hard one and out of bounds. 5-4.
That had some mustard on it.
We did.
Boy, I thought that might have dropped.
Jalen served like she was angry at the ball, and it goes too far out of bounds. Iman comes back in. And here we go with Peyton McLaren to serve for Atlantic. Trojans down by 1, 5-4 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And McLaren swats it deep. Received by Jorgensen, set, and a swing by Taryn Peterson, picked up by Wiederstein, a tip across by Harder. Spartans have it with a tip. Atlantic side, Harder, weak side set. Einman fires and got it.
Yep.
Einman got the kill through the block. Now we're tied at 5-5, and this is similar to how set 1 went. Spartans took the early lead, and the Trojans tied at 6. There's a serve by McLaren. Set for Taryn. Tip shot by Peterson. Dig by Wiederstein. Set for Reed. She'll knock it across. Received by Maine Jorgensen. Back to Jorgensen for the hit.
Out.
And it's out of bounds. Atlanta gets the point.
Touch.
Trojans go up 6-5.
I'm just sitting there looking at the heights of Eamon and Peyton. There's only an inch difference in the book here. She's got to be at least 2 or 3 inches taller.
It looks like it. Here's McLaren serving. Atlantic up 6-5. A spinner.
Oh. And
Jorgensen will set for Taryn Peterson. She'll knock it from the back line. Nice tip by Ivan. She'll return it. Jalen Peterson pass ahead. And it is too many hits for Exira-EHK.
Yep. It hit the standard.
7.
The upright pole.
Yep, 7-5. Atlantic by 2. And McLaren will serve for the Trojans here in set 2. Atlantic won set 125-15. McLaren will wind up, fires across. Rasmussen, pass, he'll set, and a big swing by Taryn Peterson, too deep. Atlantic up 8-5, and Taryn's got some ups. Just too much on it.
She's hammering the ball.
Oh, she is.
She's just missing the back line.
She's got to get over the top of it just a little bit more as McLaren still serving for Atlantic. Taryn Peterson. Pass and set for Jorgensen. She'll swing it across. Atlantic has it. Here's McLaren set. Back attack. Fired by Jorgensen. Returned by Maine Jorgensen. Then Harder returns it for the point. Atlantic up 9-5 on the Seed Pro scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, that back row spike does. Those catch people off guard.
Atlantic up by 4 on the Seed Pros scoreboard here in set 2, 9-5. Peyton McLaren will serve it away. She'll knock it across. Taryn Peterson. They'll set back to Peterson. Tip shot. Dug out by Reed, and we've got a net violation of the Spartans. So check that. It's on Atlantic. So the Spartans get the point, 9-6 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And it'll be Flather serving for Exira-EHK. Atlantic by 3. Flather serves a good one, a floater. Pass ahead to McLaren. She'll set middle. Harder. Tip shot across. Got it.
Ooh, she found that hole.
Atlantic up 10-6. She sure did. No one home.
Yeah.
Right down the middle, as you see in your screen there. And Bodas will check in. Olivia Olson will check in for Atlantic. And out goes J.C. Reed and Lila Wiederstein. And Morgan Bodas will serve for the Trojans. Atlantic up by 4, 10-6 are in set 2 of the Seed Pro scoreboard. 1 set 1, 25-15. There's a knock into the net. 10-7. Spartans get the point on the errant serve. It'll be Maine Jorgensen who will step behind the line. The 5'7", a senior, will serve it away for the Spartans and Coach Reischauer. Atlantic up 10-7 the Seed Pros, and Jorgensen serves a floater across Olson to Iman and tipped across by McLaren. Jalen Peterson, they'll set middle, tipped across by Taryn Peterson. Atlantic able to bump it high. Here's Iman, fires, got it. Boy, Iman's been tough on that right side.
Yeah, she hammered that one.
11-7, Iman with the
keeping
kill.
It alive.
Yes, she did. And now checking in for Atlantic will be Claire Schroeder. First time we've seen Claire tonight, and we've got a timeout called by Coach Reischauer. 11-7 Trojans here in set 2. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to Atlantic. It's 11-7 in favor of the Trojans on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Spartans come out with Jalen Peterson, Flathers, Jorgensen, Taryn Peterson, Riley Miller, and Rasmussen. Serve by Schroeder, received by Flathers. Miller sets in the middle. Taryn Peterson sends it across. Here's the Trojan. McLaren set, middle. Satoff fires good. Boy, the Trojans' execution has been really good tonight.
Yeah, it has. It's they're using what they're given, so.
12-7, Atlantic with a 5-point lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard in set 2. Atlantic won the first set 25-15. Schroeder serve. Sent across. Taryn Peterson set back to Peterson. A quick set. She'll fire it across. Atlantic has it. Here's a set for Iman. She'll knock it down. Nice dig in the back by Jalen Peterson. In the back attack by Jorgensen gets it across. Atlantic has it. Pass to McLaren. Tip shot. Tipped up by Rasmussen and then returned by Taryn Peterson in the middle. What a shot by Peterson for Exira-EHK.
Yeah, that was a good return. I mean, both teams were doing well at digging it out. The ball just got laid there, but she hammered it.
12-8 Atlantic by 4 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Taryn Peterson had that big kill, Hasley served, and she knocks it below the net. Atlantic up 13-8 on the errant serve on the Seed Pros scoreboard.
She'll want that one back.
Yeah. I think she was still hyped up from that big hit she had.
Oh, yeah, I bet you're right.
Zoe Kirchhoff will serve for the Trojans. Atlantic up by 5. Here's the serve by Kirchhoff in the net.
Dang.
13-9. And the Trojans lead cut to 4 on the errant serve, and the Spartans have it back. Riley Miller, the outstanding pitcher for the Spartans, fires a floater across. Satoff dig and save, but the Trojans, Adler Bruce.
She dug it out, but couldn't stay on the correct side.
And she went over the neighbor's side there. And 13-10. Atlantic's lead is 3. Riley Miller knocks it across against Satoff, sends it high. Kirchhoff pass. Adler Bruce fires deep. Peterson with the receive. Down to Jalen. Tip shot. Dig by Kirchhoff. And Adler Bruce could not get to it. Right. Hey, the Spartans with 2 straight now. It's 13-11. In fact, 3 straight for Exira-EHK. They have the ball back. Atlantic won set 1, 25-15. Riley Miller will serve for the Spartans. Here it is. Line drive. Satoff. Pass to Kirchhoff. Set right side. Schroeder fires, and it's returned by the Spartans deep. And we got a whistle. Violation of Exira-EHK.
Oh, 2 hits.
So Atlantic up 14-11 on the double hit. 14-11 Trojans. And we have another rotation change. Here comes Wiederstein. Here comes J.C. Reed. So Wiederstein will serve for Atlantic. 14-11 Trojans on top. Here in set number 2, Atlantic won the first set 25-15. Wiederstein serves it. Jorgensen to Flathers, tip shot. And the Trojans return it by Satoff. Exira-EHK has a Flathers. Jalen Peterson swats it across. Yep. And boy, that had eyes on it. She went to the zone on the far right and got it in. It's 14-12. Spartans down by 2. Credit Jalen Peterson with that one, Roger. Man.
Yeah. Well, I was about as in the corner as you could get.
Right corner. And Jorgensen will serve for the Spartans, or Zoe Rasmussen, will serve for the Spartans. 14-12 in favor of Atlantic. Here's a serve. A floater to Reed. To Kirchhoff set. Big swing, Bruce, in the net. And the Spartans now have the momentum. They're down by 1. And they were down 13-8 at one point.
Those are ones she gets embarrassed by because she whiffed. I understand how that works.
And in comes McLaren. Out goes Bruce. Serving Rasmussen. 14-13 Atlantic by 1. Hagen Kirchhoff set for Reed, knocks it deep. Rasmussen saves it. Flathers sets it. And Maine Jorgensen fires through the net and good. Maine Jorgensen ties it up at 14.
Well, they had the block in the right spot. Just the guys weren't in the back backing it up.
14-14 tie. And Rasmussen will serve it again for Exira-EHK. Here it is across the net, received by Reed. Wiederstein ahead, back to Reed, back attack, fires it across, down the line, and good. That was
nice
nifty.
placement.
Really was from the back line. The pass to J.C. Reed, and she gets the point down the near sideline. Now it's 15-14 Atlantic by one of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Here in set number 2. Jillian Satoff will serve for Atlantic. In the back row, Miller, there's the fire. Pass, Rasmussen, and it got in the net. Atlantic gets the point. They try to go to the center, Flathers, and that one just right in the net. Atlantic up 16-14.
That was a tough one to dig out.
It was. Atlantic by a pair. Now 2 in a row for the Trojans. Here's Satoff's serve. Knocks it deep. Miller pass, Flathers set. Jorgensen tip. Dig by Kirchhoff. Atlantic will return it with Wiederstein and a whistle. And we've got a violation of the Trojans. So it's 16-15.
They called that 2 hits.
2 hits.
Yeah, okay.
Goes to Exira-EHK.
They must have done it too, but.
There's a hard serve. McLaren pass, Kirchhoff set. Back attack. He got crossed by Wiederstein. Exira-EHK returns with Jorgensen. Kirchhoff sets middle. Harder. Big swing through the block. And out of bounds. And it's going to be the Trojans' point.
Yep.
17-15. Harder back in there, boy. You got to go to her. Leading hitter for the Trojans. And now it's going to be McLaren serving. Atlantic up by 2 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And here's the serve, a floater. Tipped high by Jalen Peterson to Flathers. They'll set for Taryn Peterson. Knocks it across. Did it stay in? I believe it did.
It did.
And Taryn gets the kill, a cross-court hit for the youngster, and it's 17-16. Atlantic's lead is cut to 1. Taryn Peterson, the junior, a 5'8 junior, gets the point. And Flathers will serve for the Spartans. Atlantic up by 1 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Here's Flathers' serve. Knocks it across. Iman pass ahead of McLaren, and that one gets across. Flathers will pass it to Miller. She'll send a free ball. Knocked across by Harder. Returned by the Spartans. Here's Iman setting. Strong side Reed. Tip shot. Jorgensen. Miller. Hit across by Taryn Peterson, who gets the kill, and that ties it up at 17-17. They went middle, and Taryn Peterson gets the point, Roger Warren.
She was almost backwards when she hit that thing. Her back was to it. She made a great hit on that.
Tied at 17 here in set 2. Atlantic won the first set, 25-15. Here's Flathers' serve. Knocks it across. Iman. Pass too deep. McLaren gets it back to Harder. She'll send it across on a tip. Dig. And over by the Spartans, and they take the lead. That was Riley Miller. That ball was just kind of hanging back and forth across the net. And Miller gets the tip. And it's 18-17 in favor of the Spartans here on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Timeout Atlantic. We're back in 30.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Trojans and the Spartans in a sparring match here, Roger Warren.
Absolutely, back and forth, and a lot of good hits, a lot of good plays.
Spartans take the lead 18-17. Timeout called by Coach Bolts for Atlantic. And now Flathers will serve for Exira-EHK. Atlantic down by 1. Here's the serve to Harder. She'll pass to McLaren. Set right side for Reed. Tips it across. And that one had too much English on it. That had so much spin on it, Flathers couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, just kind of spun right off her hand.
18-18, we're tied again. And Morgan Bodis will serve for the Trojans here in set number 2. Atlantic broke away in set 1, led 23-14 was their widest margin there. And close it out 25-15. Boda's serve. Taryn Peterson to Riley Miller. Back to Taryn. She'll tip it across. Here's Atlantic. McLaren sets middle. Big swing. Harder gets it across. Jalen Peterson. Miller sets. A tip shot by Taryn. Returned by Wiederstein. Here's a set for Iman. Big swing. Got it. Boy, Iman on that weak side, that quick set, has really been effective, Roger.
Yeah, absolutely. Last time I helped you call it, I don't think she was out there.
Yeah, that's right. In 1918 Atlantic by one of the State Pro School Boards. Here is Bodas. Something on the court that Wiederstein...
Probably somebody's hairpiece or whatever.
It could be. I'm glad it's not a contact.
Yeah, no kidding.
Here's a serve by Bodas. And Rasmussen to Miller. They'll set middle. Taryn tips it across deep, and it is out of bounds. Boy, that was close.
That was close, but they're closer to it, so she could see it was going out. That's just court presence.
Yeah, just a little push shot that just missed along the boundary here on the near side. 2018 Atlantic by 2 on the State Pro scoreboard. Bodas swats it to Rasmussen, and the pass is a ride. That was a tough pass, and Riley Miller made a great effort to try to get it.
I'll tell you what, one of the things I watched, Morgan, she's had 2 service errors. She's going to get the ball in this time.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, timeout called. Atlantic up 21-18. We'll take a 30-second break.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robbins alongside Roger Warren. It's 21-18 Atlantic with 3 straight after the Spartans. Then 18-17, Atlantic called a timeout. They've been able to make 3 out of the 4 here. 21-18 Trojans of the State Pro scoreboard. We're in set 2. Atlantic won the first set. Bodas serve. Tipped up by Taryn Peterson and Miller. Jorgensen with a tip across. Atlantic can't hang on to it. And Jorgensen with the kill on that tip. 21-19. The Spartans have the ball back. And Maine Jorgensen will serve, the 5'7" senior. 2-point lead for the Trojans of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Jorgensen served deep. And in, boy, they served by Jorgensen. Wiederstein let it go. She thought it was going to float across the line, and now it's a 1-point difference. 2 straight for the Spartans, 21-20 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Maine Jorgensen will serve it again. 1-point difference right now here in set 2. Here's Jorgensen's serve. Wiederstein receives the pass to McLaren back near side. Wiederstein fires and got it through the block. 22-20. What a hit.
Tell you what, she gets up in the air and hammers that baby.
Well, and the set was great.
Yeah, it was.
Wiederstein stands 5'5", and she plays like she's 6 foot.
Yeah.
But that was a great set. She got on top of the ball and got it across. Atlantic up 22-20 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Schroeder is in to serve for Atlantic. Claire with the serve across. Jalen Peterson pass ahead, and it's out of bounds. That one just too hard. Couldn't get it to the center. Flathers. Now Atlantic up 23-20 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And it'll be serving again, Claire Schroeder. Atlantic up 1-0 here, and up by 3 in set 2. There's a swat across. Taryn Peterson to Miller. Back to Taryn, and off the hands of Schroeder. And Taryn Peterson with a big hit for Exira-EHK. It's 23-21.
That was a big hit.
She's had a really good second set.
Yes.
I think they need to go to Taryn Peterson. I mean, she's had some big hits, and now she'll serve for the back line. Jalen Peterson up front with Rasmussen. There's the serve across. Iman, McLaren, and the push across by Bodas. Taryn, Miller, big swing. Jalen Peterson too deep. Boy, they had the right idea.
There's some speed on that baby. It's just got to come down.
Man, oh man, does she get a hold of that? That was smoking across the Trojan side, but just missed. It's out of bounds. Atlantic with a set point here. Iman swats it across. Pass ahead, tipped by the Trojans, and we have a whistle.
They're in the net. 1-2. Match or game point.
Game point. Atlantic wins. A net violation of the Exira-EHK Spartans, I believe. And that's the case. Atlantic wins 25-21 on a really melodramatic ending.
Yeah.
to set two. But nonetheless, the Trojans go up 2-0. We're back in a pair on 95.7 FM and our live video stream Western.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situations, and goals. Please contact me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram, or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
So the Spartans will come out. Atlantic with some new faces in there. Peyton Harder is in, Morgan Bodis, and Zoe Kirchhoff. Mackenzie Jensen will start, along with Olivia Olson and Adler Bruce for Atlantic. Flathers, Jalen Peterson. Maine Jorgensen is out. Zoe Rasmussen, Taryn Peterson, and Riley Miller out for Exira-EHK. Trojans up 2-0 here. Now Taylor Hagan will check in for Peyton Harder. And Hagan will play in that back row of the barrel for Atlantic. As we get started here in set number 3, Atlantic up 2-0. First set 25-15. The second set a little more competitive. And the serve by Zoe Kirchhoff. Spartans set it up to Taryn Peterson, and she swats it too deep. So yep, it's going to be Trojans' point, 1-0. Did not hit a Trojan player.
Yeah, I was surprised that she swung at that. They tried a lot of position.
Yeah, they tried a quick set of the right side. Here's Zoe Kirchhoff, sends it across, received by Jalen Peterson. Set for Taryn Peterson. Her shot's too deep. Atlantic up 2-0.
Yeah, they looked for a touch, but nobody went up to block it, so.
And those hits are hard enough they could get through the block rushers.
Yes, they are.
A lot of them. Zoe Kirchhoff serve received by Jalen Peterson in the net. Boy, Atlantic off to a 3-0 lead, but just passing mistakes by the Spartans here in set 3. And some deep hits. Atlantic up 3-0. As Zoe Kirchhoff will serve it again. There it is. Line drive, tipped high by Taryn Peterson. Return by Saitoff, and the Spartans get the return. Here's a set for Schroeder, got it. Or Olson, excuse me.
Olson, yep.
Olivia Olson on the near side got the kill down the line, 4-0. Wasn't pretty, but they got it done.
Well, that's exactly right.
It just kind of floated towards Olsen, and she's able to get the big swing down the line. Kirchhoff serves 4-0. Spartans' Riley Miller sets for Taryn Peterson, swings it across. Bonus. Pass to Kirchhoff. She'll set for Olsen. She'll knock it across. Nice job by Jorgensen. Here's a set to Peterson, and Taryn can't get it across. The Atlantic off to 4-0 lead here, 5-0 lead.
She tried to two-hand push that over, and she brought it down with her.
Atlantic 5, Spartans 0 here on the Seed Pro scoreboard in set number 3. And here's Zoe Kirchhoff. Swings it deep.
Yeah.
Spartans on the board, 5-1. Atlantic up 2 sets to none, 25-15 and 25-21. Taryn Peterson will serve. Here it is, a line drive, 2 deep. Boy, it's just really been mistakes by the Spartans here in this
lately,
third set.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's going to be Atlantic serving with Lina Wiederstein. Modus is out. J.C. Rita back in with the Satoff and Adler Bruce. Also Hagen and Kirchhoff, the setter for Atlantic. Wiederstein serves it. Received by Flathers. They'll set. Strong side. Jalen Peterson swings it out of bounds. 7-1 Atlantic. Trojans will serve it again.
I know we can see it up here, but if she's set back, let's say 4 or 5 feet away from the net, I wouldn't even go up to block it. She's having a hard time bringing it down.
So here's Lina Wiederstein. Will serve it for the Trojans. Knocks it across. May Jorgensen. Satoff returns it. That ball went floating across the net, and Satoff for Atlantic was right there, and she knocked it across to make an 8-1 Atlantic lead. Timeout called by Coach Reischauer, and we'll take it with them. We're back right after this.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram, or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go.
Atlantic will serve it away after the timeout. Lila Wiederstein, 8-1 Trojans. There's a serve deep. Flathers a pass ahead. The set and the swing by Jalen Peterson. Dig by Hagen. Kirchhoff sets for Reed. Reed fires it across and good. A great set by J.C. Reed.
Oh, I thought she dug it out.
So Atlantic up 9-1.
I know that was a great hit, but I thought they dug it out.
Oh, it bounced. And yeah. Atlantic up by 8 here in this set number 3. J.C. Reed with a kill, a great set. Here's Wiederstein again, knocks it across the tape, and gets the point. That was too much for Rasmussen. He just went off the top of the tape. Atlantic up 10-1.
I remember the days when that was a net serve, and we lost the serve.
Absolutely, and they changed that rule.
Yeah, which I like the way it is.
Yeah, here's Wiederstein's serve. Atlantic up 10-1. Flathers. They'll set for Jalen Peterson, pushes it across. Atlantic has a Wiederstein. Kirchhoff sets, back attack. Wiederstein swats it. Nice dig out by the Spartans, but it didn't. They got to the net. Maine Jorgensen was back there with a dig on that missile right at her, and the pass went into the net.
Good acronym, missile. Exactly.
It was a missile. 11-1 Atlantic with a lead here in set 3. Atlantic up 2 sets to none here as Wiederstein will swing it across again. Off the fists of Jorgensen. Saved by Peterson. And the Spartans get the point. How about that? Oh, if you weren't watching the video, that's a tremendous job.
They did a heck of a job of getting it. And Trojans just kind of stood there flat-footed.
Brooklyn Snyder is now in to serve. And it's 11-2 Atlantic. There's the serve. Got a whistle. I'm not sure you have a rotation violation. That's the case. 11-3 now. Spartans 2 straight. Schneider will serve it away. Atlantic won the first set 25-15, then 25-21, and now the Spartans trying to get back in this thing here to keep it rolling. There's Snyder's serve. Wiederstein dig, Reed sets, back attack. Wiederstein gets it across. Jalen Peterson to Flathers, back to Jalen, and the Trojans get the block.
Get the block.
J.C. Reed, what a job by Reed at the net. Atlantic up 12-3 because that was a hard hit ball by Jalen Peterson. Atlantic gets the serve. Jillian Satoff will serve it away for the Trojans. Atlantic up 12-3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Jillian, here's a serve in the net. 12-4. Spartans get the point and the ball back. And the serve with Zoe Rasmussen, the freshman, will serve it. Spartans have some work to do, down by 8 here in set number 3. Here's a serve by Rasmussen. Knocks it across. Dig, Wiederstein. Pass Kirchhoff. Swing and good by Reed again. What a setup, because they thought they're going to go to harder in the middle.
Well, they were both right there.
They're both right there. They went to Reed, and she got it. Boy, what a great set Reed's having here in number 3. 13-4 Atlantic on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And McLaren will serve. Peyton McLaren will serve it for the Trojans. Here it is. Knocks it deep. Returned by Taryn Peterson to Flathers. Set for Jorgensen. Whistle. A violation on Exira-EHK. Now Atlantic up 14-4.
I'll have to brush up on my rules on how they call 2 hits.
Right.
Because that's what they did.
Yeah.
It's for consistency.
Here's McLaren's serve deep. Schneider pops in the air. No one home. 15-4 Atlantic. Trojans up big here in set 3. Their largest lead of any set. Atlantic up 2 sets to none. Trying to close it out here over the Exira-EHK. McLaren swats it across. A beauty. McLaren an ace serve, and it was all of that. 16-14 Atlantic. Or excuse me, 16-4 Atlantic. And McLaren is serving again on the Seed Pro scoreboard here in set 3. A 12-point lead for the home team. Here's McLaren's serve, a beauty. Taryn Peterson pass to Flather. She'll set middle. Jalen Peterson with a push shot, and she got it.
Yep.
Nice shot by Jalen Peterson. Just a push across the net. A little bumper that the Trojans could handle. Now it's 16-5 Atlantic with the lead of the Seed Pros. And the Spartans with a serve. Jalen Peterson knocks it deep, out of bounds. Yep. Atlantic gets the point, 17-5. And here comes bonus
that's
run.
A killer. I mean,
yeah, that was a killer.
They got to start running some, make a run here.
So
on the Trojan side, you don't let up.
Right.
Because they can come, they've seen that they can come back at it.
Morgan Bodis will serve for the Trojans, 17-5 Atlantic. There's a serve. Rasmussen, Flathers, tip shot, recovered by McLaren. Iman sets, and a tip shot and good by Olivia Olson.
Olivia did that very well because she knew it was right at the net, but she couldn't hammer it.
It just hung there, Roger.
Yeah, it did.
Like you said, a very smart decision. Just tipped it across.
Just go get the tip.
18-5 Atlantic with the lead of the Seed Pro scoreboard. There's a serve across. Flathers sets middle, tip shot. Jorgensen blocked by Harder. Good. Harder with a return. Shot wasn't hard enough, and Harder was there to return it. 19-5 Atlantic with a big lead here in set number 3. Trojans trying to go home here with this set. There's a serve, Taryn Peterson. They'll set back to Taryn. She'll knock it too deep. 20-5 Atlantic with the lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Trojans led early 5-0. It's just been really all Atlantic here. They open up 11-1 lead and really have never looked back here. Bonus serve. Tipped up by Jorgensen. Rasmussen pass ahead to Flathers. Free ball across deep. Hagen.
Use it.
Pass ahead. And a sit across by Olsen.
Just a little.
Spartans have it here. They'll set main. Jorgensen blocked by Iman, but the Spartans save it. They'll get it across. Iman to McLaren. Set near side. Olsen gets it across. Spartans have it back. Here's a big swing through the block by Peterson. Atlantic gets it back. Here's a tip shot, and it is saved by the Spartans. Good volley going. Jorgensen, Hagen for Atlantic. Here's a set. Tip shot across. Atlantic is across the net.
No, actually, they got into
the Spartans.
Spartans got into the net.
Yep. Spartans got in the net.
Hey, that was probably one of the most entertaining volleys we've had tonight.
It was. Great volley. 21-5. Atlantic with a big lead here, trying to close it out. Bodis swings it. Received by Jorgensen. A big hit, too deep by Jalen Peterson. 22-5 Atlantic. Here in set number 3, trying to close out the match here tonight. 22-5 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Here's Morgan Bodis. And the serve goes to Jalen Peterson. To Flathers. He'll set for Jorgensen's shot. Hagen with the receive. McLaren sets for Olsen. She'll send it too deep. 22-6. Atlantic with the lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. And serving will be Flathers for the Spartans. Here in set number 3. Here's a serve. Hagen dig. McLaren tip shot across. Jorgensen. Taryn Peterson. Hit across by Maine Jorgensen. Here's the set. McLaren bag swing. Harder with authority. Harder with the kill.
That was authority.
23-6 Atlantic on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Wow. That probably the hit of the night, Roger Warren, right there.
Yeah, because, I mean, it came straight down.
23-6 Atlantic on top of the Seed Pros scoreboard is Schroeder. Fires it across. Taryn Peterson. Schneider back to Jorgensen. She'll launch it across to Atlantic. Here's McLaren set. Back attack Schroeder. Spartans have it. Schneider set. Strong side. Big swing. Peterson. And off of Schroeder out of bounds. And the Spartans get the point. 23-7 Atlantic of the Seed Pros scoreboard. And Jorgensen, the 5'7" senior, will serve for the Spartans. Atlantic won the first one 25-15, 25-21, and trying to close it out here. Serve. Hyman, pass McLaren, set, back attack. Satoff sends it across and gets the point. Just from the back line, Satoff smacked it across the net, and too much for the Spartans, 24-7.
She hit it fairly controlled, and those things are tough to decide where they're going to come out.
Adler Bruce checks in. Kirchhoff back in for the Trojans. Atlantic up 24-7. Set point, match point right here. Kirchhoff knocks it deep. Flathers pass ahead. They'll set it for Rasmussen. She'll get it across. Bruce set. Satoff tip. Spartans have it. Flathers back to Rasmussen. Returned by the Spartans. Here's Atlantic with it set. Here is Schroeder. Olsen sends it across. Jorgensen. Flathers back to Jorgensen. Free ball deep. Hagen for Atlantic. To Kirchhoff. To Satoff. And she'll send it across for the kill. And that'll be it. Atlantic wins 25-7 in set 3. 25-21 in set 2. We'll back up to 25-15 in set number 1. Post-match coverage coming up. We're back right after these.
There's more new genetics.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram, or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-840-EHK
25-15, 25-21, and 25-7, dominating the final set. And the Trojans really, Roger Warren, executed about as good as we've seen them all year.
Yeah, I mean, I seen him on the floor. I seen him getting after it. Played very well at the net. Just a lot more hustle than, which also helps.
Played a lot of players, too, in that rotation. That first set, it was Exira-EHK up 3-0. And then the Trojans started to kind of scratch and claw their way back. They tied it up at 5-5. Exira-EHK took a 6-5 lead. Atlantic tied the Spartans 6-6. And then the Trojans never trailed after that. They led 7-6. Opened up a pretty big lead there later on, 22-13. And they closed it out 25-15. Second set was the most competitive set of the match. It was really close early on at numerous ties and lead changes. It tied out at one point at 17-17. The Spartans took an 18-17 lead, but then Atlantic was able to break that 18-18 tie, and they led 21-18, 21-19. Spartans closed it up 21-20, but then the Trojans able to come right back and win that one 25-21. With the win there. And then the last set, the Trojans just opened up a huge lead early. They led 11-1 early on and able to close it out 25-7 over the Spartans here tonight. We'll take a timeout. We hope to talk to Coach Bolts if we can here yet. You're listening to high school volleyball on KSWI Atlantic.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY.
In mind. Remember, your tow is always free with your repair. Tow it, know it before you blow it. 2nd Street in Atlantic. And welcome back to postgame here at 95.7 FM, our live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com. We're joined by Atlantic head coach Alyssa Bolts, and boy, what a night, what an effort, coach, from really start to finish. The match, you dominated the last match, but first of all, what can you say about this team's effort tonight?
I just want to say, I don't know if it was the pink jerseys, I don't know if it was the way they did their hair, but they came out as a totally other team tonight.
Execution, I mean, what do you think was the big key in the games tonight?
I think they just built their confidence. I think when the other side, I know that we were making mistakes at first, but I think when they didn't have those blocks, they were working around the blocks really well. And I think once they built their confidence up, they were able to execute their hits a lot better.
Yeah, you had a lot of players get involved in those hits. I mean, J.C. Reed, Peyton Harder, Iman came in.
Iman.
Iman, thank you. Iman came in and had some big. Jillian Satoff had another great night as well. And then you got to talk about your setters, too.
Oh, yeah, the setters are doing great. They've been really connecting with the hitters, and they've been working really hard in practice to kind of just be consistent. So they've been doing really awesome.
Also, the back row, I know Hagen did well, and Wiederstein had a series of serves. Talk about your back line players.
Oh, Taylor has been a godsend for us. Even when we played this weekend, she has been just digging it out of her mind, just out of nowhere. She'll come in and just get these digs that are, so how did that even happen? So she's been a huge part of our back line.
Coach, after the match, what was kind of your message to the team? I mean, St. Albert left, and then you've got the postseason.
I just told them that if we come out and we play like this team, like I know they can play, we can go far places. We can beat the teams that we want to beat.
Very good. Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by. Congrats on the great win and the great play, and best of luck in St. Albert now.
Thanks.
You bet. Alyssa Bolts joining us here in the post game here on 95.7 FM and our live video stream on westerniowatoday.com. Big win for Atlantic tonight, 25-15, 25-21. And the last match for the Trojans, they won that one by the score of 25-7. Roger Warren, final thoughts.
I'll tell you what, they came out to play tonight. I mean, I think that Exira-EHK got a little flustered there in the third set. You could just see there were 3 or 4 serves there that were just like they're just a little out of sync and just couldn't quite pull it back together. But then again, you know, the Trojans did a good job of just keeping the hammer down and getting after it. I mean, they wanted the win, and this is good for them. They go to St. Albert and get one there. Well, you know, if they play with that enthusiasm, you know, learn to play that with the St. Albert, they go down to Clarinda. I know that they can stay with them.
You bet. It'll be fun. And we'll have that match, too. By the way, Roger and I will be down there on 95.7 FM radio and audio stream that night, westerniowatoday.com. Once again, the Trojans winning this one 25-15, 25-21, 25-7 over the Spartans from Exira-EHK. Roger, thank you.
You bet, Tom.
And our next broadcast coming up on Friday night. It's Harlan and Atlantic football. Pregame at 6.
Oh, boy.
Kickoff at 7. It's going to be fun. Cody Weaver, Perry Fief, and Kevin Fergus will join me.
A lot of playoff implications there.
There's no doubt about it. And we'll have pregame at 6 o'clock coming up on Friday night.
Transit Agency offers in-town school transportation for Atlanta.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies,